My 12,000-mile journey had so far taken me all the way from Alaska to Popayan, Colombia, and now I was getting ready to head south towards the equator and its namesake country. But more warnings of dangerous roads gave me pause. I've been driving through Colombia and I see soldiers everywhere. Is it safe?
1 month ago, approximately, 3 people from Ecuador, some journalists, were kidnapped, yeah, and they were assassinated. 1 week ago, approximately, other couple of Ecuadorians, they were kidnapped, but in this moment they are in the hands of this group.
Because I'm driving there now.
Yeah, it's a matter of luck.
How much luck?
You're going to the south, right?
Yeah.
There's some problems at the south of Colombia.
What's the percentage of chance that I get kidnapped?
We can say 60% safe and 40% not safe.
So there's a 40% chance I'll be kidnapped.
Could be.
You may be the last person I ever give a hug to, so can I give you a hug?
Yeah, of course. Very good. Of course.
In the end, I decided to take the risk and ignore the State Department's danger warnings to drive this 400-mile stretch of road in question. And though I was resolved to continue on, I have to admit that I was feeling quite tense about it. This is supposed to be some of the most dangerous territory that I'm about to go through. Quite a few people have been kidnapped on this stretch of road, and unfortunately, some of them were killed. And yeah, the State Department basically say do not travel in these 300 miles. So I've been driving for about an hour, and there's quite a heavy military presence. I'm not going to stop on this road. I'm just going to keep on going, no stopping. I haven't seen any military presence for a while, which isn't actually that abnormal. But what is abnormal is I haven't seen any cars for like 45 minutes to an hour. Which is a bit strange. I'm thinking to myself, what do they know that I don't? Driving this car, as we all know, sometimes the car doesn't behave. I am really praying that it doesn't break down right now. So there are so many potholes, I mean literally it's complete madness. And the potholes are bad because A, they tire me out, B, the car could break. I tell you, this is mentally, physically and psychologically draining. By the time I was out of the danger zone, I was exhausted. And though I hadn't accomplished much that day, I decided to stop just shy of the border when I came to the perfect spot to decompress. I'm in Ipiales. After driving 8 hours, I'm really tired, I've got to admit that. But I wanted to come to Las Lajas, which is this church, and it's renowned for its miracles. Although it wasn't a miracle, can I stay with you tonight? I certainly appreciated it when these kind strangers took pity on me and offered me their couch for the night. The next morning, I awoke to hopes of a better day and an easy border crossing. But that wasn't meant to be. I'm going to be here for at least 7 hours. When I finally got across the border, I pointed kindness towards Ecuador's capital city. And it turns out I had traded a green jungle for a concrete one. Exhausted by my journey, I just had to pull over and walk. Honestly, I'm not sure why, but I just couldn't shake myself free of my funk that day. Though it was an involuntary reaction, the sound of chanting made me smile. Do you speak English? You do? Hi. Are you Hare Krishnas? Are you Hare Krishnas?
Yes, we are Hare Krishna, and we chant in every town and village Hare Krishna, and people are happy. We have just a center here in Venezuela and Esmeraldas, and you are welcome to come.
That's so beautiful. I would definitely love to come. Inside the temple, I met an elder who sat with me. And though I am not a Hare Krishna, I often find comfort in speaking to people of faith. So I told him about my journey.
You could call it Abhyayala tour.
What's that?
Abhyayala is the natives they call Alaska to Tierra del Fuego. This is Abhyayala.
Interesting.
And also you're going all along the San Andres fault line. Starting in California and going all the way to Chile. That's all the earthquakes and all the volcanoes are on that line.
Well, that wasn't very comforting. My journey, to be honest, has been, the past few days has been very difficult. You know, it's a beautiful experience to be able to travel the world, but sometimes it's very challenging.
We feel delighted by you coming here because you are a brother on a journey. Everybody's on some kind of journey.
I find it's easy to like come from the heart when everything's going well, but when things are not going well, it becomes much harder. How do you do that?
There's a beautiful saying which says, give your love and help to others when they deserve it the least, because it's then when they need it the most.
And how do Hare Krishnas specifically give hope to the hopeless?
We believe in love. We believe in nature. We believe that we are all one big family, and Mother Earth is our mother, and our goal of life is to learn how to love everybody and respect everybody.
When you feel hopeless, how do you find hope?
Beautiful question. Do I ever feel hopeless? Not really, because I believe that this is a drama in the eternal scenery of the cosmos. Yes, we have to go through some pains and sorrows because we are also giving pain and sorrow to others. So we shouldn't do that. So we have to experience some of them ourselves. Will you give hopelessness to your child when you educate him? By the way, my little boy, the world is a hopeless case. No, you have to give him enthusiasm, appreciation, feeling to be loved, and then that also reciprocation comes back. So we have a mission. We are on a beautiful mission of love.
Do you know what's amazing for me is I've had a few interactions with Hare Krishnas, and I've always found that whenever I've finished chanting or whenever I've heard them finishing chanting, I feel happier.
Yeah, it works.
I mean, really?
Yeah, and you don't want to eat meat after that.
I don't know about that one.
Well, you haven't chanted enough then.
Is there any way that we can do some chanting?
Oh yeah, let's have a chant.
And so we got our chant on.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Wow. That was amazing. This was truly a beautiful, beautiful experience. And it's something that I will never forget. And wherever I travel in the world, what happened today will stay with me. So thank you. It really feels like night and day. Before the Hare Krishnas and after the Hare Krishnas. I tell you, when I was doing that dance and the chanting, I felt absolutely euphoric. So I'm going to follow his advice go further south and bathe in some nature and hopefully rejuvenate myself. Thank you. Thank you. Alex. Good man. I just crossed the equator and now it is time for Kindness 2 to get its top fully off. It is truly freeing to drive Kindness 2 with the roof off. And it's like the Hare Krishnas were talking about feeling free. And here I am, past the equator, heading south. And let's see what the southern hemisphere has to offer. Made it to one of the most beautiful places on Earth that is now covered by clouds. But it is called Cotopaxi. It is an active volcano. Hopefully it does not erupt tonight because my intention is to sleep right here. No. How's this for bathing in nature? The next day started with blue skies and a bright yellow sun. Hola! But hours later, that all changed. I'm very grateful that it wasn't raining last night. As you can see, it's really not very safe. The windscreen wipers are broken and I can hardly see anything. Hour after hour, torrential rains pelted Kindness 2 and everything around us. Riverbeds swelled, streets flooded, until eventually the rain was no longer confined to just outside of the car. But through it all, and perhaps even foolishly, I pushed on. Finally, there was a break in the storm and blue skies and sunshine returned. I thought it meant the problems were over. But actually, I was just unaware of the disaster that lay ahead. I was on my way to the baths, but unfortunately a few miles up the road, it seems that there's been a landslide, and I've been trying to chat with a few locals, and they've been saying muerte, muerte, which I guess means people have died up there. It would be several days before I learned that tragically 41 people lost their lives in the landslide that afternoon. Having been detoured around, I had taken Kindness 2 through a very long and very green mountainscape that is easily one of the most beautiful drives I've ever taken. By mid-afternoon, I had arrived in Machala. So I've made it back to the Pacific Ocean. Do you know what? I was at 9,000 feet, which was obviously why I wasn't breathing properly and was super, super tired. But I'm back here, heading that way into the center of town, but with a twist. I'm not going to speak to people in English. I'm going to speak to people in Spanish. ¿Tú?
¿Hotel?
Sí, no hotel.
Playa.
No playa.
Ajá.
A casa. Su casa. Mi mangiare su casa.
Ah, que a dormir en la casa de
Sí.
Yo no tengo casa.
No tengo casa. Ah. Mangiare su casa. ¿No? No comprende. Mi casa, su casa. Mangiare a casa tú? No? Eventually, I just gave up. You speak English?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Thank you.
What do you need?
I wanted to play with your dog.
Do you? Well,
Can I play with your dog?
if he's, yeah.
Do you speak English? No. Okay.
He's Kelvin,
Kelvin, how are you, man?
Calderon, and he's Brian.
Hey,
I'm Gabriela.
Gabriela. And what's
Nice
your
to
dog's name?
Gisela.
Yusela. Hello.
Yeah, she's rescue.
She's a rescue.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
cool.
what she has.
It turned out my new friend Gabriela actually worked for a dog rescue center. So what time are you guys working today?
Ahora, right now.
Really?
Right now we're going to meet a girl who she helps us taking care of the dogs too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be willing for an Englishman to come along?
¿Les molesta que venga con nosotros? No, they said it's okay if you want to. That's
Okay.
good. Hey. Give him 5.
So, it's so hot.
Yes.
Is it normally this hot?
Everybody here is hot.
Really?
Yeah.
Gabriela was taking me to meet a woman named Rena, one of their volunteer rescuers. I
Yeah.
can hear lots of dogs.
Yeah, she has like 35 dogs,
Really?
all rescued from the streets.
I had no idea what I was about to walk into. But it was jaw-dropping. They don't like me very much.
They do, but they haven't seen you, so that's why they are like that.
Hello, hello.
Hello, ¿qué tal?
I learned Rena, who is a volunteer, has dedicated every day of her life and literally every inch of her home to saving stray animals. It's total madness. Complete and utter madness. But there's so much love here, but it's still madness. I just had to know more about this incredible lady.
She helps even the clinic. The clinic couldn't care about a dog. She would say, no, I can have it.
So she takes dogs that the clinic can't have?
Yeah, she's like a woman who has like a huge heart.
Yes, I can see.
Even that she doesn't have a lot of money, but she has like a lot to share, a lot of love.
She knows all the names of her dogs, all 35 of them.
Se sabe todos los nombres de 31.
Todos.
A él responde.
Todos los nombres.
First, she spoke about her passion for helping.
Yo no pude tener hijos, pero Dios sabrá por qué no me dio hijos. Todo ese amor que yo he tenido contenido en mi corazón, lo he depositado en los animalitos de la calle. Siempre digo yo que ellos son los hijos que no pude tener. Ellos son la razón de vivir mía.
Then, I learned about her pain.
Nosotros fuimos abandonados por mi madre. Y mi padre, en venganza de eso, de lo que mi madre le hizo, nos quiso regalar. Nos quiso regalar como que si fuéramos unos animalitos. Entonces yo me vi reflejada en los animalitos de la calle abandonados. Entonces desde muy tierna me refugié en el amor de los animales. Porque el amor de los animales es un amor incondicional, un amor puro, que muchas personas no lo tienen. Y siempre yo, mientras que Dios me dé vida, seguiré luchando por los animales. Con todo cariño y con todo amor. Un animalito es mala comparación como un cristiano, que hay que darle cariño, amor, cuidado.
She's a very, very beautiful lady.
Que usted es una muy, muy hermosa mujer.
Gracias, gracias.
So I had a dog called Winston, who I loved with every part of my being. For 12 and a half years, he was like my best friend. And he taught me how to love. Because prior to Winston, I didn't know what love was. And then one day, Winnie died. When he died, part of my heart died with him.
Comprendo ese dolor.
As a kid, I never felt loved. And Winnie loved me.
Siento ese dolor.
tell her that I feel her heart and I feel her pain.
Siempre los tendré en mi corazón a todos ustedes, siempre.
One day I thought to myself, what would happen if I went out into the world and I treated other human beings the same way that I treated Winston? So I came up with the idea, I called it Winnie Love. I'm traveling around the world relying on the kindness of strangers. I could never have done this journey without people giving me Winnie Love. So now I want to give both of you some Winnie Love. I want to help save 100 dogs.
What?
Whatever you need to save a dog, I will pay for.
Y les agradezco que ustedes también sean amantes a los animales.
That's a nice surprise, I think. We're just so happy.
Está muy bueno.
¿Qué
Buena
siente?
idea.
¿Qué siente?
Para mí es una gran felicidad.
Gracias.
Gracias. Que Dios siempre me los bendiga y me los proteja. Gracias. Gracias. Gracias de corazón. Gracias.
A friend of mine once said that a dog that is loved has the best life on earth. I think he is right. They are emotionally complex, but love unconditionally. They focus only on what's important and find happiness in the simplest things. Yet, the gifts they bring to our lives are plentiful and even life-changing. Perhaps then, it's only fitting that this year, in the Chinese zodiac, is the year of the dog. Next time, and what is the greatest lesson that you have learned from your travels?
Get in contact with